Ba-dum-bum.
Hi. Welcome back.
Hello.
To episode 18.
I'm always
You are bad at this, Erin. I figured you would remember this time, but
just gonna leave that to you.
It's okay. I mean, sometimes I'm probably wrong too, but this time I think I'm right. Because we actually waited a while to upload the last episode.
Yes.
And now we're doing another episode much quicker than it took us to do the last one. Even though we filmed the last one, not, too late, but it took us a while to upload it.
Yeah, because you had some drama going on.
A little bit of drama this week, which I guess is probably what this episode's about.
Wait, I want to make just one PSA.
Okay.
For my family.
Public service announcement.
Yes. For my family. I am sorry if you heard over the podcast rather than me in person about the pregnancy. I was going to wait until like the third trimester, not third trimester.
Jeez, she's going to wait until she's about to pop.
No.
She's like, hey, I wanted to let you know a week ahead of the baby being born.
Surprise.
Guess what? You guys better be here in about a week.
No. Okay. The first trimester, just to make sure that we were actually like having it and everything.
Which we're still not sure.
Yes.
But we think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of you heard and then like texted my mom and stuff. So I am making the rounds and making the phone calls.
Listen, guys, we have a lot going on in our life and she loves you all, but also this is how we talk about things.
Yeah.
And, at least it,
two, the ones that I'm mostly concerned about, like I didn't know that my family listened to this. So thank you for your support.
We are noticing, we're
also
learning a lot about who actually listens to this podcast based on
who messages.
Who messaged the second we uploaded the podcast. And then it's like, bing, 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 bing. What? You guys are having a baby? Is this for real?
So, but the one part of my family who is out of the country right now, because they live out of the country like 6 months out of the year and stuff. They're quarantined over there right now. I was going to wait until they got back to tell them because I wanted to see their facial expressions and like be there in the moment.
Meanwhile, you didn't realize they are avid listeners of our podcast.
Yes, thank you.
Which makes it really awkward if you heard the rest of the podcast. We'll just let them figure that one out on their own.
Yeah,
don't mention it. Don't make it awkward. Too late. I think it's going to be awkward.
No, it's not.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
That's our motto here is it is what it is, which is often a motto of my TikToks too. I use that sound a lot. It is what it is.
I always hear that too in my head when I think of that.
That's so funny. I need to do some for this week's drama, which it is what it is.
Yeah.
But it is what I made it. It was pretty crazy, huh? What were your thoughts on that? Before we get into all the details and we really start breaking it down, because I need to get warmed up too. I've had a kind of a headache type day. I've been kind of, worried if I'm going to be in the flow and be able to explain all this right. But, just without explaining anything to people, a lot of people know the drama, but.
No, I know. So it's like, it's a little complicated then to talk about.
Yeah, I guess.
It's because I'm just going to like say something and they'll be like, what the fuck? Like you were what?
Okay. So I got to build it up basically.
Well, I mean, I could talk about it.
I just
and then
meant like, overall theme of the week that you
basically felt. Then yes, basically mad props to you.
Thank you. It's been a stressful week.
Yeah, you have gone through so much shit, gotten so much hate, people trying to slander your name. Is that the right thing? Slander your name?
Like I can't slander my own name.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. You don't need to do it for me.
It's just absolutely insane. I had to lock down my profile again.
Yeah.
I'm getting so many messages about, am I okay? And it's like, this is typical,
Erin,
but there are way more.
Blink twice if you need help.
Yeah.
It's like, what kind of comments and messages are those? Like you can actually just blink. It's on TikTok. The video's already up.
Or in my pictures or something.
Like, so that's what I'm saying. There's so many weird things. It's like that right there is like, so you're just making a joke like, Erin, blink twice, but is that a joke? Because so many people actually think you're in danger and you're like trapped, and it's just like
really think that. But
I know it's so weird.
Yeah.
A lot of people think a lot of crazy things. Yeah, it's been.
But I'm fine. I am here on my own.
If you need to blink twice, here I won't look. Blink twice if you need to.
I blink a lot.
You're
anyways.
like, I'm going to blink. I don't need that much time. All right, blink 17 times in a row if you need help. Don't blink for a minute and a half if you're okay. Yeah. It has been a roller coaster of a week.
Yeah.
It has been. It's been fun. It's been great. I've definitely come out victorious.
You're uncancelable.
I have learned that. But also, it took a lot of work to do that. And I am, like I said, I'm writing a book on this, on how to handle cancel culture, how to troll, and how to handle hate waves online. And I think I just got a life lesson, a full college degree in how to handle being canceled.
Yeah.
By not backing down and instead doubling down. It's been crazy. Yeah, it's been crazy. But anyways, so it's been a nonstop week of dealing with this drama and every day staring at my phone. It's like I'm not stressed out because of the hate. I'm stressed out because I've been staring at my phone for 13 hours a day, having to browse, see thousands of people talking shit about me, reading on this small little text, figuring out comebacks, figuring out angles, figuring out just nonstop. Yeah. It's just an influx of hate and, spin it in my favor and trying to keep it lighthearted and fun, but also true to, not backing down. So I have a bit of a headache. I've had quite a headache today and for the last couple of days because I've just been staring at my phone this whole time and it's just like nonstop. I can't get a break, but it's slowing down and we're getting back to normal. So that's good. But it also has leveled me up. So now the next one's going to be even bigger.
Yeah, yeah. 40,000. No, 40,000. 400.
40,000. What do you think I am? Some little no-named TikToker? 40,000. I had that 6 months ago, Erin.
Yeah, like 2 months ago.
I know. Who knows? Okay, yeah. So I hit 400,000.
400, yeah.
Yesterday or today. I woke up today. It happened overnight. And literally less than a month ago, I was at 250,000.
That's insane.
So 150,000 followers in less than a month.
Yeah.
Half of which were just this week. And this week, if you don't know what happened, because obviously I'm just kind of beating around the bush, the whole of TikTok tried to cancel me. Not all of TikTok, half of TikTok tried to cancel me.
Yeah.
And the other half, props to you guys. Thanks for subscribing and welcome to the show. It kind of popped off this week and they tried to cancel me. They threw everything they had at me from horrible, just hate messages, duets, calling me the worst type of person, a rapist, a rape apologist, and then sexual predator arrest allegations that were false accusations where they dug up another Nick Foster who's been arrested for child predator, sexual offender. He's on the See, I told you my brain was not going to be working today. He's on the sex offender registry.
It's the pregnancy.
No, it's just I needed to take a nap, but I'm like, no, we got to do this podcast before, because look, our weeks move on and this stuff moves on. And then there's other things to talk about. And I was like, we got to at least talk about all the stuff that happened, because last week was like the pregnancy. Yeah. Which actually ties into what all happened this week. And I was like, well, we got to talk about this. So we got to do a podcast before it's like old news. Yeah. But yeah, my brain, I'm getting warmed up. So basically, a sexual assault allegation where they basically dug up some other Nick Foster and
in Florida.
Looks nothing like me, found some mug shots, threw it out there, and literally, not even ironically as a joke, we're telling millions of people that I'm a sexual a registered sex offender, and people are believing this and spreading this, and it's like, dude, look at his picture. It's not even me. You dummies. You guys are so dumb. Either way, thank you, because you fucking blew my account up. So that was dope. But we'll get into the details of that. So that's the long story short.
So crazy.
So we're sitting, we're house sitting, we're dog sitting. Your mom's out of town. We're hanging out at her house. We're just kind of hanging out. I'm doing my thing. I'm TikToking, I'm just putting out some content. We had our podcast filmed from the last week. where we were going to announce the baby surprise. You know, we were excited to do that. And one day we decided we're going to go out to the bar. We were just going to go out and finally see if anybody was out and about.
Yeah.
It was dead as shit, so it was kind of a waste of time. And right before we left, I had this bright idea to post a TikTok that, let's just say, caused a little bit of a controversy. A little bit.
Just a little.
There's a context to it, though, you know. So there was one TikTok I was doing where I was not debating, but, you know, debunking or just kind of mocking some girl's point about how, you know, we're going to kill all men. This is a theme on TikTok. Kill all men. The women always are like, kill all men. We're going to make the human race go extinct because we are the ones who have babies. And if we all stop having babies, men will cease to exist and women will only. And then they talk about these bone marrow babies, that there's a study about bone marrow babies, that women can have babies with other women through their bone marrow, and the baby will always be female. That's the thing. So they're like, we don't even need men anymore. And they just spread all this stuff of like, we're going to make men go extinct, right? So I
like men.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. These things are so dumb because so many women are like, fuck you. We like men. We have good men in our lives. We have fathers who we love. We have boyfriends and husbands that we love. We have brothers and sons that we love. I'm sorry that your father didn't love you. I'm sorry that you've never had a boyfriend who cares about you, because you're all crazy feminists who hate men because who fucking knows? Whatever your traumas are. There are shitty
men out there, but they're also good men.
There's a lot more good men than shitty men. It's just a lot of people only deal with shitty men. And there's a lot of good men who just don't know how to show that they're good, or don't. The thing is, there's a lot of men who just can't get women. So they don't have an opportunity to be a good man. Yeah. Where somebody's going to recognize their goodness. So instead, over time, they do just become lonely or creepy or bitter. You know, it goes I get all that. Either way, normal women and happy women are not saying kill all men. You know, that's not happening. But there's a huge meme of this on TikTok, and I just mock it all the time. Whenever I see people doing this shit, I'm like, I'm going to just show how stupid you are. So these girls are coming at me. I'm doing some TikTok about this topic, and there's all these comments saying, we don't even need men. We're going to kill all men, put all men in cages. Women we're going to rule the world. And so I decided, I have a great little mockery point to make here. That's going to be a little harsh. It was a little bit harsh, but it was a valid point, where I put on a little skit where the women were saying, kill all men. We don't need men. We're going to stop having babies so that way the human race goes extinct because fuck men. And then I fast forwarded 10 years and then I was the man saying, all right, guys, the women, they don't want to reproduce and the human race is going extinct and we're going to need to repopulate the earth. So we didn't want it to come to this, but let's tie down these ladies and get started. That was the joke. Yeah. That was the post. The joke. Everybody's like, oh, where was the punchline? That's not a funny joke. Look, my sense of humor is all over the place. It's not always a funny punchline. It is a funny scenario in which the funny part is that I had the balls to say it. Yeah. Is that I just said it so unapologetically and people are like, oh, no, he did not just imply that he was going to tie down the women and rape them to repopulate the earth. But that's the implication. Right? Like
the Vikings.
Exactly. Like and let me ask you something. Before we go into the reaction, let's just say the reaction was what you would expect times 1,000. In that hypothetical situation, we're in a world where everybody is growing older and dying. There's no more young people to repopulate the earth, and society is starting to break down. And it's a dark dystopian future that they set up in this premise. Yeah. What do you think would happen? Erin?
Oh, I know. The men would go crazy too and like definitely take advantage of the women. And
so was I wrong?
No.
Am I wrong? I'm not saying, ha ha, rape is funny. I'm saying, hey guys, if you really thought this is what women can do, let me tell you what will happen. And that's what will happen. Yeah. There's no wishing. There's no, I think it's funny. That's just what will happen. Welcome to reality, ladies. Sorry that it hurts your feelings, but you know what else hurts our feelings? When you say kill all men, let's make the human race go extinct You know, that's a bit over dramatic as well. Anyways, I make the post and I'm like, okay, should I post this? I know this is provocative. I get it, but it is a valid point and it will let the women see how ridiculous their premise is. I posted the video and then it was after I posted the video that I was like, hey, Erin, I just posted a video and I think it's going to be a little crazy. Yeah. What do you think of this? And I showed you. And what were your thoughts when I showed you the video?
Just, yeah. I mean it just something you would post.
Yeah, it's in line with what I would do.
And you, like, okay,
you definitely were like, okay, yeah, that's harsh.
And some shit's going to come out. Yeah.
But you weren't saying, no, don't do that. You know, you were just like, oh yeah, I mean, you know, that's true. So I hit post and this thing uploads.
And you're going to get a lot of shit.
Yeah. And I had a feeling, I was like, I have a bad feeling about this one, but also I'm going to post it. And so I posted it. And, you know, my people start watching it and they start reacting the way I would expect, is like, oh man, Nick, you really have no chill.
Buckle up.
Yeah. You have no chill, bro. Okay. But they were all like, they got the point and they're like, yeah, that is, the funny thing is that's exactly what would happen. And people are going to get so pissed at this, even though he's just saying what will happen. That is, it's not me saying I want that to happen. It's not me applauding that. It's not me saying that's funny. It's just me unapologetically telling you the truth. Yeah. Right. Which is a lot of what my content is.
People are out there raping women without this
even
going on, without there being like a reason.
And these same women are the ones who are so convinced and try to tell everybody that that men are just all rapists and they're all just willing to rape. And then they think they're not going to rape when the world is going extinct. They're going to rape a lot more when society breaks down. Sorry.
That's why us women will have to create a community and just live behind locked doors and walls. And that's why men will just all live together, and the men will just be zombies out there like, women.
Until you realize that men can also band together and they're stronger. Oh, Nick said men are stronger than women. Cancel him. Cancel him. Anyways, I post the joke. It starts going, but it didn't go that crazy. And we went out that night and we had a great night and everything was fine. And then I come home and I had to edit our podcast of the baby announcement from the week before. And so I was editing late into the night.
Yeah.
Wasn't really on TikTok, wasn't really checking anything. And then my phone starts blowing up. It's like in the middle of the night. It's like 2 a.m. I start getting notifications. I check TikTok and I start seeing things happening. And I'm thinking, well, I think it's happening. Something's going, but I couldn't really get into it. I was dealing with the podcast. I was editing the podcast. And then by the time it was done, it was like 3 a.m. And I went to bed. I was fucking exhausted. And I went to bed. And I even went to bed thinking like, should I private the post and let it go public tomorrow? Because I have a feeling it's going to go booming overnight. And there's nothing I'm going to be able to do to like respond to it, you know, and kind of keep it under control. And it's going to be a lot of people in other other time zones and stuff. So, you know, it's not really my audience. And, you know, I was kind of thinking, and I was like, no, I'm used to this. You know, I've had these hate waves before. I don't give a fuck. I'll deal with it in the morning. Well, I went to bed and it was like 3 a.m. and it was like, you know, I'm waking up. It was like 3, 4 by the time I go to bed and I'm waking up like right when the sun comes up. So it's like, you know, 7 or 8 o'clock probably. And because my mind is just like still like kind of expecting this is happening. Yeah. And my phone's blowing up and I check my phone and it is popped off overnight, like blew up, been duetted by tons of people, spread everywhere. People are just, and it is not my fans now. It is just everybody, every woman, every feminist, every leftist, every LGBTQ alphabet person there possibly is just coming at me, duetting me, talking shits, telling people this is like, not even like this was gross, but like this dude must be deplatformed, must be canceled, should be off here. He is advocating for rape. He is telling people it's funny to rape. He's saying you should rape women, like all of these things, which you guys are dumb. You don't get the joke. True. I get that it's provocative. I'm not complaining that you think it's provocative. It's allowed to be provocative. Mm-hmm. That's the point. But to skip over the whole premise of the joke that we're living in a post-apocalyptic world where the human race is going extinct, thinking that everybody is just going to be like, oh, okay, well, I guess we're all going to die. It's been nice knowing everybody. Bye. Mm-hmm. Right? That's just ridiculous. There's so much to unpack here. We got to do another clip. So I'm gonna change the clip and then we're going to keep going. I'd say a commercial break, but who the hell wants to sponsor this conversation? All right. We'll be right back.
I wish I could drink.
No means no, Erin. Think of the baby.
I know. It's going to be a rough 9 months.
Nah, you'll get used to it. Do you want me to just drink water?
Yeah.
Okay. This is water. Anyways, enough about your alcoholism. So I wake up. Mm-hmm. Things popped off overnight. The entire app has been stirred up into an uproar, and people are coming at me from every angle. I'm exhausted because I didn't sleep long. Mm-hmm. I was tired from the day before, but I knew instantly I got to deal with this. I got to man the ship, everybody, I don't know what the phrase is. My brain is not working with all the puns and the punchlines right now. But basically I knew I just wanted to relax today. We were doing something, or there was something I was going to do. And then I was like, Erin, I have no choice. I have to deal with this. I have to basically get up, and there's no, I couldn't sleep longer. Yeah. It was just I got to get up and start figuring out how to spin this basically. Right. And so I go to my phone and I started going, and I knew this is going to really test my skills, because anybody who knows me and knows what I'm doing on TikTok and knows what I'm trying to do in culture is stand up to this cancel culture.
Yeah.
Stand up to this idea that you're not allowed to have jokes or harsh opinions or be able to say words or any type of thing. Of course you should be canceled if you actually rape somebody or if you actually do something terrible in the world. That's very different than having ideas or speaking your mind, even if it's something that people think is vile and gross. And that's okay for you to have that opinion. That's totally fine. I don't even have any problem with people having that opinion. But this idea that you should be deplatformed for it, you should be fired from your job for it, you should be ostracized from society for it, that is toxic. That is one of the most horrible things going on in our culture today. And there's not a lot of people who can stand up to this.
I know. You're the only one.
Exactly. And we've talked about this before on the podcast before I even blew up on TikTok. Well, when I started to, and I was first getting these hate waves, because I had a little bit of this on the, which seemed big at the time, but this was just on a whole nother level, because I'm getting bigger as an audience. I'm getting with an audience. I have a louder voice. I have more effect on, and more people know me. And then when I just keep hitting something that spreads even further, the outrage is even bigger coming back. So I just feel compelled to have to fight this fight. And this was a real test of, can I do this? Yeah. And do all my ideas of how to date? Because we had just talked about the Crystalia thing too. On 2 episodes ago, we had an episode called Crystalia's Canceled, where I talk all about this cancel culture and how he shouldn't disappear. He disappeared from his podcast, and he shouldn't do that. He should double down and come right back out and stand up for himself if he thinks he's in the right. Don't back down to the mob. Yeah. Don't apologize to the mob. Never ever apologize. And that was my theory. Yeah. And now I had to test the theory, right? So I wake up, and what did I do? I did not apologize, and I did not back down. And I was tired, and I wanted to not deal with it, and I wanted to here's what we were doing that day. That's why I knew there was something. It was because I was going to release our podcast that day. Of the baby announcement. So we're literally about to announce to the world and on our YouTube channel that we're having a baby. Meanwhile, I'm waking up to thousands of people calling me a rapist, flooding my Instagram, flooding my Twitter, flooding my TikTok, flooding my YouTube, messaging friends from my Instagram, messaging people in my past, exes, everything, just every angle. People are texting me saying, Nick, what did you do? I have all these people messaging me. Look at this, look at this, look at this. And I'm just like, well, I don't think today is a good day to upload a YouTube video about, surprise, we're having a baby, because you could just imagine what those comments would be.
Oh my gosh.
Especially if it's a daughter, which we were talking about, and we think it is, and I hope it is. And we're going to, it all ties together. So I knew we cannot upload this podcast today because I have to deal with this. And there's no stopping the onslaught of hate that's coming right now. So I just have to weather the storm, and I have to dig a trench and stand my ground. That's what I got to do. So I did that. And I took these videos. You know, there was one video that blew up to millions of people from my you know, adversary, I guess you could say, on TikTok, who shall not be named, because no credit for you, bro. You're a weak little beta dude who blocks everybody. I'm not giving you free clout either, talking about not giving me free clout. Guess what, bro? You gave me free clout because my account has blown up. Thank you for your hate. But he had put out a video, and I had to combat it. And I was like, okay, how do I do this? I need to somehow dive into this, address the situation without apologizing, while also clearly demonstrating I don't care. I'm going to make more jokes, and I'm not backing, you know, like I had to convey that in some type of way. So he gave me the perfect angle with his video, because he was saying how I was saying it like I'm going to rape women and men should rape women, which I never said that, bro. I implied that, but I never said that. Always remember how I said also, as part of my strategy, is choose your words very wisely.
Yeah.
Well, how wise was it that the words that I chose in my original video that was advocating for rape, the words I chose was, let's tie these ladies down and get started, right? Implying we're going to tie them down with ropes physically and force them to have our babies, right? Well, good choice of words, because then I posted another video in response to him saying, bro, that is not what I meant. What I meant was tie these ladies down in relationships and ask for their consent. Get your mind out of the gutter. Just straight up trolling, straight, as they call it, gaslighting. But bro, I'm a troll. I'm not
so good.
It was fucking perfect. It was just so
brilliant.
It was so great to spin it that way, because, and of course it was a rape joke. Guys, guess what? I troll. I don't give a fuck. I just thought it was a funny way to just dive right into the address, to stir up more controversy and put it on them to, why are you going right to rape? You're filling in the blank with what you think is happening, but you won't even accept the reality of what would happen. So you're just living in a fantasy world anyways. So I'm just going to have fun with this and just spin this around. I'm going to stir it all up all types of ways. And that's where I can really have my fun. So I post that, and of course that starts going crazy. And it trolls him so hard to have to make another response. And all these people that were hating at me were like, there's no way you meant it that way. You knew we would take it like that, blah, blah, blah. Of course, you fucking idiots. And I also did that video to troll you even more, so you would get so angry and spread me even more, because you're already spreading me to millions of people. And if I could just piss you off even more, just think of how much more reach I'm going to get. And I'm just going to keep going with it. And so it just became a whole day of chaos, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I just started trolling and trolling and trolling. And I was in the comments trolling, and people were like, well, how dare you do this? What was your purpose for this? Thinking like, why would you think this was a funny joke, or why would you post this video? And I'm answering, to save the human race. You know, I'm the noble one here. I'm the one who cares about the human race, unlike you ladies who want everybody to go extinct. I'm sorry that you got your feelings hurt in the process, or you had to have a little unconsensual sex, but your feelings and your consent isn't really going to matter when the entire human race is going extinct. Who are you going to get to enforce your moral laws when the police are all going extinct and they're worried about the future of humanity? Guess what? Society ain't going to work the way you want, or on these civil rules that we all take for granted. So I was commenting, I was trolling, and then I got banned from commenting because the thing is, when you have this onslaught of hate, they're all reporting you. They're all reporting the video. They're all trying to get the video taken down. They're trying to get your account taken down. And then my comments got taken down. So I got a notification saying you're banned from commenting for a week, which I'm still banned from commenting. So that severely limited my ability to troll in the comments.
Yeah.
Which is, that's tough. So then I went live and I was like, let's go live because then I can address this. So I went onto a live stream and all the haters came in on there and I just started addressing and
How many people did you have in your live?
Well, I think steady 1.4K. So
Damn.
1,400 people up to 2,000 people, but it was like the lowest throughout the whole thing was like 1,400.
Yeah.
So substantially bigger than what my normal live streams are. And they were all, and I'm sure half of it was just so many people screen capping it, trying to get anything that I'm going to say. Half of them are probably all just like, fuck this guy, I hate this guy. The other half are probably like, well, different amounts are probably like, well, let's see what he has to say and maybe he'll change my mind. The other half is probably fans, but they're all getting muted. I was overwhelmed with hate.
No, I saw some of like the messages. Yeah. They're just like, shut up. Like, we don't care. Like,
fuck you.
These things, yeah.
They can't even write that stuff on TikTok because they get banned too. But yeah.
Well, not the fuck you, but
yeah, exactly. They're all implying we hate you. You're the worst ever. So I just attracted them all into the live stream and I started ranting and who knows what the hell I said in there, but I say things on the live stream just like I say here. This is all like tip of the mind. What's the phrase? It's like off the cuff. It's just a stream of consciousness. That's the phrase I'm looking for. You're just talking and you're trying to figure out your angles and you're trying to figure out how to word things. And you don't always word it exactly right because, your brain might not be working right. You might not be able to find the right words. And that's kind of what I do in this podcast too. But I'll figure out my way through it. I'm good at just kind of going.
Riffing.
Yeah, riffing. Yeah. But you can't be held to everything you say verbatim. Like if they took it out of context and then just sort of like, you said this. It's like, well, I was trying to find the right way to say it, and you kind of have to that's the nature of humans. But I brought a lot of them in there and I kind of was like dealing with that and kind of trying to let it be known. And so I live streamed for a little bit and everything was still going. There was not much I could do and I just had to let it go. But then I just kept making more and more jokes. I kept posting more and more jokes. I eventually got banned from the live stream because of that. So that's the problem. Yeah. Now I'm banned from live stream and comments, but I never got banned from posting, which I was very grateful for. Thank you, TikTok, for understanding. But the video did get taken down eventually because they reported it so much that the video got taken down. And so I then was like, okay, I have an idea. Everybody thinks they got me cornered. I'm going to make another video doing the same joke again, but this time doing it their way, implying that we're just going to respect your wishes and we're not going to repopulate the earth and everybody dies a slow, painful death and mocking the women who can't take jokes and understand the context of the joke or the premise of the joke. And also highlighting that you guys are ridiculous. This is not how it would go down in real life. We would rape you. Well, not we. I mean, me personally, I already have a baby with her consensually, which, by the way, so there's so much. That's kind of the long story short of how the chaos popped up. But it was an insane amount of hate coming my way. It still is, but it's dying down. But it was pretty much from that day forward for the next 4 days, just nonstop hatred coming my way. And a lot of people who were, so then it gets... But there was other things that happened because of this, right? Yeah. It's like a nonstop. It was just full on cancel Nick Foster mode from everybody on TikTok at that point. And what was I saying right before that? About we got banned from the live stream. There was another point I was trying to put in there.
Said something about the kid.
About
us.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what it was about.
Yeah, because then you're like, oh yeah.
What did I say?
About us having a baby. I don't know.
Yeah, I lost it. It did have something to do with that. I'll figure it out. Anyways, so I don't know. I'll have to look at my TikTok to see exactly what I did, but I was posting more.
Oh, too. You were just talking about your other posts that you made.
Yeah, about...
talking about how the men would probably just...
Yeah.
respect the women, and then we'd all die.
Which would never happen.
Probably.
Yeah, but there was something else. It was about us and the kid. Anyways, I don't know. Like I said, guys, my brain is not working. I've had a headache all day. I've been staring at my phone this whole time. So I'm dealing with all this hate. All the hate starts coming, and it just starts going. And I'm just holding true to my word of do not back down, do not apologize. Double down, just keep going, just keep moving forward. And I just keep posting more jokes about it. And then I just start trolling more, and I start making posts mocking how people are mad, and I start making posts mocking how people are trying to cancel me. And it just keeps going and it's going. But slowly people are I'm just gaining more followers.
Yeah.
It starts spreading. All these people who try to cancel me because I did not apologize, I did not back down, I did not disappear. I just start getting more and more followers.
Yeah, that analytic video that guy posted. How many did you gain in like a day?
Yeah, 30,000 in a day. I mean, in the course of the week, I gained at least 70,000 followers in those 4 days, probably. Because, well, what I know for a fact is, less than 1 month ago, I was at 250,000.
Yeah.
And I was slowly gaining about 3,000 followers a day consistently. And then during this week, it shot up to 16,000 a day and then 30,000 a day. So let's just say your plan to cancel me backfired.
Yeah.
But a big reason why it didn't. So this guy posted a video where he went through my analytics, and he was basically saying he doesn't believe in cancel culture, and was Nick Foster canceled? If you call him canceled and he shows all my like Social Blade analytics of my numbers, because when you see a big influencer or a YouTuber or a celebrity who gets canceled, you see their numbers go in the red and go down because they apologize, they disappear, they pull back, and they don't double down.
Yeah.
And so people just abandon them. You lose all. It's like taking down the alpha male of the monkeys. You know, you show a little bit of weakness, they're going to rip you down to shreds. That's what mobs do.
Yeah.
Never ever give in to the mob. And because I didn't, he's showing the analytics, and it's just booming in green. He's like, if you call Nick Foster canceled, he's taking this like a champ, or I forget whatever his phrase was.
Yeah.
He's taking this all in stride or something like that. It was pretty funny. I'm like, yep, that's so true. So because I'm not backing down, I'm actually starting to win people over, and it's spreading me to millions of people from all these haters who never understand. Yo, haters, the more you hate on me and the more you spread my videos, the more I'm going to grow.
Yeah.
You're not understanding how trolling works, and you're not understanding how publicity works if you don't apologize. This cancel culture shit works on people who care. I don't care. I'm not gonna care. You can't. They're trying to find my job. They're trying to find anything to fire me, because that's the only fucking tool cancel culture has. Get him kicked out of school, get him fired from his job, or tell his girlfriend or wife to leave them, or some shit that they don't know, right? What are you going to do to me? I work for myself. I don't go to school. My girlfriend knows everything that I'm up to and supports it. What are you going to, any family, friend, or past person that you've messaged on my Instagram is going to go, yeah,
sounds like Nick.
That sounds like Nick. He's been trolling for years on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, like you name it. He's been doing it.
Yeah.
This is not shocking to us. So there's nothing you can do, but they're looking for everything. So they had to switch tactics. As I'm blowing up and I am not canceled, what do they switch to? Some person dug up my old arrest records, right? Found Nick Foster in Florida, sex offender. Makes a whole video telling everybody how I'm a sex offender. Only the problem is it wasn't me. Yeah. It was some other guy that was white, younger, shorter,
incarcerated at the time,
in jail at the time, different race, different face, different name, middle name, different, has tattoos, literally everything is not me. But they convinced themselves.
And at a glance, maybe
from this one picture of him. Okay, so they share this picture.
If you are going to slander someone, you need to make sure you have all the information. Look at that face, look at his face, and make sure
it was pretty clear from the hairline. He was a brown hair, balding, receding hairline guy. I have blonde hair and a perfect hairline. Like, it's not receding at all. It's not me. Anyways, but I could understand if you're a bit of a racist, if that's what racism means, that all black people don't look the same. But as a white person, sometimes a lot of black people do look the same. It's hard to know the subtle differences between people. And that goes for all races, like Asian people, whatever. And I'm sure from their point of view, looking at white people with buzzed hair and a beard, it's like, is that the same? Is that not the same? I don't know. They look similar. I thought he was a little
Spanish.
Yeah, he was. But in the one picture that they showed, it did look similar facial structure, similar beard, definitely different hairline, but I thought did not look. I know my face. You know my face. Exactly. It's like it doesn't look like it's not me.
This is not. Yeah.
But I could see how somebody else who doesn't know me that well could maybe be like, "Is this him? Is this not?"
If you're gonna blast it though, you have to make sure.
So she makes this whole video, literally telling millions of people that I am a registered sex offender who was a predator to a teenage girl.
Under 18,
assaulting a teenage girl, spreads it out to millions of people, and people just run with it. And they start saying, I am for real this. And now, so literally, I just took this onslaught of hate. And now I have to deal with these false sexual predator allegations. And I'm just like, Jesus, it never fucking ends. So that's why I've been a little like.
And then 2, don't put out that we're having a kid right now.
Oh, no, I know. And we're about to announce we're having a baby. And it's like people think I'm a fucking rapist. Just made a rape joke advocating for rape. That's what they think, even though that's not the point.
Yeah.
And then now I'm a sex offender. So on that note,
oh my gosh,
we're going to take another commercial break. And then I guess we're going to get into this chapter of the story because it just never ends. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back with this very fun week that we've had. And by we, I mean me. And I'm sure you were laughing on the sidelines.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I just don't understand how people can just go and put out all this false information out there and that be okay.
They want it to be true so bad.
I know.
And they get it in their mind that if you make jokes about a subject, or if you're like, they literally think jokes are the same as the crime. I don't know. It's just like they can't
what if
separate.
You did have a job?
Exactly.
Know?
I know.
And then they go and call your job and say that you're a sexual predator.
I'd be fired in an instant, even if it was false.
Yeah.
Which it was.
Because would they even look that up on their own
either? That's exactly why.
It's so crazy.
Somebody needs to stand up to this bullshit cancel culture. Everybody out there who can and is willing and has a spine and has the ability to voice your opinion, and you're not afraid of people hating on you, and you're not afraid to get fired. You work for yourself, or you can handle you have money, whatever it is. Stand up to this. I'm going to write a book on this, and we need to come together and we need to fight back because this is bullshit.
And the fact that they're trying to get our address too.
Oh yeah, they're sending death threats. They're sending the most vile shit. The amount of people who, and we've talked about this so many times, that I make a joke in a general sense. You might not like the joke. You might think it's gross. That is fine. But to think that a joke that's not about you deserves thousands of people saying, I'm going to find you and kill you. I'm going to slit your throat. You're like the most vile shit. I don't even know. I don't read half of it, and it doesn't hurt my feelings. So it's hard to even like say what half of this shit is. Cause I'm like, whatever. It's just another one in the fucking hate bin.
A lot of it is just, empty threats.
Exactly. It's just them venting.
Scare tactic.
But that they don't recognize the evilness in their heart, but somehow think that the evilness is coming from me and it's justified because it's a joke. You can say it's a gross joke, but it wasn't evil. It wasn't directed towards you personally. It wasn't saying, ha ha, you got raped. Ha ha, I hope you get raped. It wasn't saying any of that. And yet you're coming at me saying, I hope your child gets raped. Well, I mean, we didn't say it at that time, but they were saying, they're saying it now. We're already getting comments. We'll get into that because we ended up posting the podcast about the baby announcement. which, you know, it's all coming down the road. But even at the time, they're saying, I hope your girlfriend gets raped and murdered so you can see how it feels. It's like, so wait, you're so offended that I said in a hypothetical situation where the human race was going extinct and women refused to have babies, that men in society would probably rape you, which they absolutely would do in this fictional world. You're so upset by that because of what that says or what that makes somebody feel, because you think that's attacking your personal trauma or some girl's personal trauma. And then you tell my girlfriend personally to her face that you hope she gets raped and dies.
Yeah.
You are exactly what you are complaining about, but you're actually it, unlike me, because I never said anything like that. And you don't know anything about her past. You don't know anything about her victim or her trauma. And you're saying this shit because you're mad at me? Who the fuck are you? You're a piece of shit. You're all pieces of shit.
Yeah.
But luckily, we're strong people and we don't care and we're thriving. So in your face, have fun with your shitty lives. And I'm not, and this is why I refuse to apologize. That type of shit is just, it just reinforces my conviction that fuck you. I might feel bad for you, but I don't now. You know, it's just fuck you. Fuck all of you. Fuck every single one of you that cried about the joke, that cried about your fucking trauma. Fuck your trauma and fuck you. That's what I say. Not really. Because if I were sitting here in real life, I would like be very empathetic.
Yes.
But when you have a mob of fucking angry, evil people who just want to ruin your life because their feelings were hurt about something they didn't even have to watch and had nothing to do with them, fuck you. I don't give a fuck about any of you. I mean, it's separate, you know, it's totally separate. So where were we? So they start spreading these false rape allegations, sexual predators spread this to millions of people. And then I see this and I have to deal with this. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? But I'm laughing. At this point, it's all funny. I had taken the onslaught of hate. I had built up my strength for it.
When you showed me the video, thriving. I thought it was going to look like completely different than you two. I thought it was going to be so different.
It was
race,
the next morning because I made it through that first day. And then over that next night was when they start spreading these rape allegations or sexual predator allegations, whatever it's called, sex offender allegations.
Yeah.
And then I wake up the next morning after I still didn't get another night's sleep because I was dealing with it all night long. And then I slept like another 4 hours. And then I wake up again. And now, boom, I'm a sex offender. And you know how many people took that news and were so happy to just not even think or look at the picture, but just be like, yes, we got this motherfucker. Let's take him down. Spread, 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 spread. Think about how toxic that is if it was somebody other than me, who you falsely accuse, who doesn't have a platform, who doesn't have a strong voice, who doesn't have a brand where they can stand up to this and lean into the hate and say, I can just laugh at it. Imagine if they did have a real job or a real family or had a brand that was dependent on a family-friendly image or any number of things. And you, without even hesitating, just destroy their life, get them fired from their job, make their wife leave them, whatever. All these things you wish you could do to my life that you can't do shit because I am more powerful than thousands and millions of you combined coming at me, hundreds of thousands for sure. I single-handedly was able to fight all of you off, every fucking one of you. And not only did I fight you off, I grew stronger. So I win. But I feel so like bad for the people who cannot do that. The people who don't have a voice, the people who exactly. And that's why, and I go back to the other podcast too, when I was talking about how I was getting the 50-50 hate messages and love messages. And I said, this is how I know what I'm doing is important. And people don't get what that means. They're like, you're just making dumb jokes on the internet. What you're doing is not important. This is what it is. It's fighting against this evil, toxic cancel culture bullshit because not a lot of people can stand up to this. And I can. And I fucking will. And that's and I'm going to get fucking famous and rich doing it. So it's fucking great. This is my life's calling. And you guys are all part of it. So thank you. So I go to bed that night, don't sleep again, wake up. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Of course, I'm still getting all the hate from the joke, calling me a rapist and a rape apologist and advocating rape and all this fucking nonsense. And now I'm a sexual predator. And I'm just like, oh my God, but I'm already laughing about it. I'm just like, here we go. And I'm thinking, how do I combat this? And I'm like, Erin, you want to make a video with me? I need you to make a video, but I didn't tell you what it was. Yeah. I didn't say anything except I kind of hinted. They dug up my arrest record. I was like, Erin, because I wanted her to legit think this was like real. And well, that's what I was thinking. But you thought it was going to be a crazy joke that had nothing to do with
I thought that, or it was going to be your actual arrest record. But
I have been arrested, guys. Have fun digging those up, but that's not for anything like that.
Anything bad either. No, exactly. It'd just be like, okay, cool. What is that?
My haircut would be bad. I had a ridiculous long shaggy haircut in my last mugshot. You guys can find it. Don't worry. There's no sexual assault allegations, so it's cool.
Yeah. Like they can't cancel you with that. Yeah. And you've already talked about it before and you're very open about it.
Exactly. So I'm laughing because I see this video and I see this picture and I'm like, holy shit, these people think that's me. Because his name's Nicholas Foster. He lives in the Tampa area. He's a similar age, but he's actually like 7 years younger than me, way shorter, tattoo, clearly not me, right? In so many ways. Was arrested while I was on TikTok, is in jail currently while I'm on TikTok. Like, what? But I'm laughing. I'm like, oh my God, this is so funny. I'm going to be able to troll for the next 5 days because of this, right? I love it, guys. You guys don't understand how much your attempt to cancel me and hate on me and take me down just fueled me. And how aware I was of it, how I just knew, like, I'm going to make this work for me. Like, you actually just helped me a lot. And so I'm trying to figure out how to spin this. I'm like, Erin, okay, I need you to make a video with me, but we were still in bed and you had to make breakfast and we had to wake up and I was just like waiting and trying to think, how do I do this? And so then I was like, okay, Erin. And then finally we go to make the video and I'm like, Erin, so they dug up my old arrest records and I need to come clean about my past. You know, you ready to see this? And then I just pull the reveal down and you're just like, what? Like, because you're just like, who the fuck is that? Yeah. Some random dude? And
you seriously think, like, she was ranting the whole beginning of how she had you.
Yeah. So, like, we got this guy. We got him.
Okay, well, this is a joke because it's going to be someone who looks, you know, absolutely different. And she's just making some mockery thing or whatever. But, or it is just your real arrest records. And it's like not... a big deal.
And that's what I was thinking. I thought you were thinking it was going to be that, my real arrest records. And then I just wanted to get your real reaction without like telling you what it was to seeing who it was. And you were just like, you look really different, Nick. You look like a totally different person. And it was like, that was the video.
And then to it being a sexual predator as well. I was like, holy, what the
Which is, it is kind of funny that there is a Nick Foster who is a sexual predator with a teenage girl.
So well.
That all these people who want so badly to believe that I am a rapist or a predator because of my jokes.
It was just like,
it's literally, it was like a gift from God. And that's probably what they thought too. It's like, we got him.
Yeah.
And so you just laugh out loud when you see the picture. I post the video. People start realizing that this is not me. But the damage is done. That's the thing about this, is the damage is done for most people because showing evidence that it's not you, the rumor has already spread.
And will it get to everybody who heard the rumor?
Exactly. Millions, hundreds of thousands or millions of people were already seeing and getting in their head that I'm a rapist. And a lot of these people probably already block me or don't follow my content because they don't like me. And they certainly aren't in the same group as me as far as like TikTok communities. So there's no guarantee that this is going to spread near as good. A salacious rumor is always going to get a lot more views than the correction. It's like when the New York Times puts something on the front page and then it goes wildfire throughout the world. And then 3 weeks later, they have like a 10th page little correction. Oh, we want to correct our previous story. Oh, sorry. That was false.
Yeah.
Who's reading that? Nobody, right? And this is how it happens. And this is how people get their lives ruined and their careers ruined because they don't know how to handle the hate. And they don't have a brand where they can lean into the hate. And they have a boss. even the people in Hollywood, people with shows, super successful comedians, super successful actors, producers, whatever it is. They all have somebody who can cancel them, who can say, you're not allowed. Kevin Hart, almost worth $1 billion, still got fired from the Academy Awards because of a joke he told 10 years ago, so right? Crazy, yeah. Because he, props to him, said, fuck you, because the Academy Award says, just put out an apology and we'll let you still do it. And he said, no, I'm not apologizing. I've already addressed this joke. I already apologized for it years ago. I'm not going to keep bowing down to this stupid mob. Yeah. Fuck your Academy Awards. But imagine some up and coming comedian who that could be his big break, which there's been lots of that. There was a comedian who got hired on SNL, Saturday Night Live. He was a white guy. And as soon as they announced that he was going to be hired, people dug up all his old tweets, went through every fucking podcast he's ever been on, found something he said out of context where he was just making fun of Asian people or something. And then he got fired. And that's his life dream, to work for SNL. And his whole dream is squashed because somebody dug up some fucking joke he said off the cuff with a bunch of friends who are comedians 5 years ago. This is the type of shit. I'm aware of this and I'm building my life to fight this, right? And I've been building it my whole life and I didn't even know it at the time. That's what's so funny, is I kind of always was on this path. But cancel culture and woke culture and all this social justice warrior shit never really started until 2012, 13, 14, and really hit into the election of 2015 and 16 with Donald Trump. And I'm just like, I am in the best position ever to fucking fight this. Yeah. Right? So this shit spreads. This shit goes crazy. Everybody is bringing me down. They're all hoping that this is going to be the thing. We need to get him off. Now it's more than just jokes. He is a real predator. He is a danger to these young girls, you know? And so I post that video with you and it's just laughable. We're just laughing at it. We're mocking it. And my people are just like, dude, Nick doesn't give a fuck. That's clearly not Nick. And you know how many people would combat that? By getting mad,
super angry,
by getting, how dare you, by getting very defensive, by getting very trying to bring out all this evidence, trying to just approach everybody, threaten lawsuits, all this. The amount of people who started DMing me saying, you should sue this person, you should sue these people, because it wasn't just that person, it was other people. And I'm like,
who was the first one to start it? Was it that girl?
It was the girl I showed you in the morning. Yeah. That I did the reveal. But then there was another one at night. So I'm dealing with this all night. And a lot of people already knew this is bullshit. It's so clear it's not me. Yeah. And people start digging that up.
Actually look at the picture.
And then some other girl that night posted another video saying, guys, and it's up on my Instagram. Go to my Instagram and you can watch it. It's on my TikTok. It's on my Twitter. I posted it everywhere. So go find it and you'll see my response video where I'm just like, okay, Erin, you got to see it. We're going to do another video because we got to address this. And it was a girl being so serious. Guys, this is the most important video I'm ever going to post. Please share this to everybody on TikTok. We need to share this. There's no greater cause than to share this. And it's just like, she is so oblivious to the fact that is a completely different person. Yeah. And we just mock her. We just laugh at her. We mock her. It says I'm 5'9". I'm fucking 6'5", guys. It says I have 2 tattoos. I have 0 tattoos. Yeah. It says I'm mixed race. I'm a fucking white dude. It says my birthday is fucking 7 years different. It says all these what else was it? It said I mean, it was a different dude. It was a different face. Everything is it. My middle name, different. She's like Nicholas Andrew Foster. It's like, guys, who said my middle name was Andrew? That's not my name. It's close. Ironically, it is also close, but it is not Andrew. And she is so confident, so sure of herself. And we just laugh at her and we mock her. And then I post the duet. People start spamming her account, laughing at her. Her comments get overrun with my people being like, that's not even him. He's way taller than that. And all this shit, like different eye color, different everything. She posts another video saying, guys, I know you are going to, of course he's going to say it's not him. Of course he's going to say, like, he's the first person ever to lie about his height. Listen, lady, I don't think there's a lot of 5'9" dudes who say they're 6'5". You want me to touch the ceiling right now barefoot? That's a pretty big jump to go from 5'9" to 6'5". No tattoos, totally different, everything different. But she posts a whole nother follow-up video, and she's got an audience. And these other people had audiences, and that's the fucking, you guys are the fucking evil people on this app. You're the toxic one, not me making a joke that makes a valid point that is true, not even false. It is true what would happen. And you're spreading false sexual assault allegations against somebody that you don't like because he made a fucking joke.
If all the people who didn't like you just blocked you,
I couldn't grow.
Yeah.
I could because I still am an expert.
Yes.
I know how to troll.
But it's still like 50% of the people then you would have like
I know. A lot of my free promotion is from people. Most of my duets are from people who hate me and try to spread how evil my shit is. And then people see it and they're like, I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. So she literally had the balls to make an immediate follow-up saying, guys, I have more proof. I don't know how you can debate this is him. That's clearly him. Here's his Instagram. And we're just like, yep, that's my Instagram. It was.
Yeah.
And she's like, look, it says he lives in Tampa. This person is Nick Foster in Florida. It's like, you know how big Florida is? It's one of the biggest states in our fucking.
Probably live in Florida.
Shit.
It's like, what the fuck?
Like so confident. Like there's no chance that couldn't be me. Even though if you looked on the fucking mugshot that you were showing, it says he's still in confinement. It says the date he got arrested and was in prison, and I was on TikTok, and you're on my Instagram. Just scroll down to that week. Yeah. And I'm fucking taking pictures on the beach. Yeah. Did I just have a social media manager who was putting out my Instagram while I'm in prison for sexual offended? Like, what are you talking about, girl? And you're just like, girl, no. Oh my gosh. We go to make a response to that video. But by then she already recognized, because she probably saw my first video more. She was probably getting flooded with my people commenting and she was responding to them. But then she saw our video and instantly deleted her video and deleted her entire account. Yeah. I won. I straight up stood up to this false allegation and she tried to cancel me and she canceled herself. What a fucking win. What a W. And then people just start mocking. And then my video pops off and people start spreading it because it's fucking hilarious how wrong she was and how confident she was. And I'm not even sure if she deleted her account or if people reported her for dangerous bullying and false allegations. I mean, that's serious shit. And people are like, you should fucking sue this girl. That's why I think maybe she deleted it because of just the pure embarrassment, but also thinking like, I could sue the fuck out of you, girl. Like, fuck you. But she deleted it. I defeated that one. But that was still not the end. And we got to take a commercial break again. So we'll be right back. All right, guys, are you having fun yet? Or is it just me having fun? I'm having a blast with all this. Even though I do wish my brain was working better because there's so much to go. This is going to be one of those podcasts where there's a lot to unpack just to then discuss and even get into it. But my brain is working better once I get going. So that's
Sounds
good.
like it, yeah.
Thank you. Although I am not as sharp as like remembering exactly like what I said and where I'm going. You know, it's all, I like when I can like take tangents and then get back on track. And if I take a tangent, it's like, what was I saying?
Where am I now? Yeah.
Okay, so that went, right? And we defeated her. And by then it was so clear. Now I had an army of people. So I had gone from saying this rape joke that popped off and got millions of people mad at me, everybody trying to cancel me, where it was just me pretty much alone against mobs of hundreds of thousands or millions of people. Then I just kept doubling down, never apologized, never backed down, just kept mocking, making more jokes, spinning it any which way I want. Yeah. People start getting won over. People start being like, I kind of like what he's doing. Props to him. Then the false allegations come and it makes people be half on the fence of like, oh my God, he's a predator. But it makes a lot of people who clearly saw his face like, that's not Nick. We know what Nick looks like. Yeah. And the dude's in jail. And then they see how I handled it by not freaking out, not getting mad, not getting, just making a mockery of it, which how on brand is that? I am the CEO of sarcasm, satire, and mockery. guess what, guys? I'm going to make a mockery of your bullshit. And I think I did. So I squashed that girl and that girl just disappeared. I have no clue what happened to her.
Yeah.
I don't know if she started a new account. I don't know if she's crying in her bedroom. I don't really give a shit. But I'll see her face again. You ain't going to hide, girl. You come back on the app. Me and my army of incels, as you guys like to say, we're never, ever going to let you live that down. Every time I see your face on that app, if I ever see your face on the app, guess what? I'm coming for you. And it's not with false allegations. It's with true allegations of you're a terrible, vile, toxic person. And everybody else who did this shit. You started, you fucking stirred up an angry bear here. Like, you're done. So it was so clear then to everybody, like, oh my God, Nick is going to survive this. It was so clear to me that not only was I surviving because my numbers just start going up, my follows start going up, my comments start going up, everything's going up. And now people were so won over by the fact that I did not back down and I handled this and I won. Not only from the first wave, but from the second wave, which is a really hard one to come back from, right? And then they start, so all these people who weren't even haters, now they were fans of mine.
Yeah.
Now they were duetting me and they were saying, Nick Foster is a fucking king. This guy has spun this so well. He handled it so well, like mad respect for him. And thank you for those videos, guys. And thank you for the DMs, because I started getting tons of DMs, tons of duets, and I watched them all and I want to duet them. But it's just, there was a lot and I have to, I was just dealing with so much. I was on the offense that it was hard to like really let you guys all know. And I was banned from commenting because I really wanted to comment on all your videos and say thank you and, spread some love your way. But I'm banned from commenting. There was not much I could do except like your video. And you often don't know who likes your video unless you're checking your notifications like all the time. But if you get 100 likes, it's like, you're not going to see my name unless you look for it, you know? So...
Which I feel like they would. But
I saw, well, a lot of people did. And then they would duet like, Nick Foster liked my video, you know? And it's just, it just leveled me up, guys. This whole thing leveled me up to where now my thing was growing, popping off. And I earned so much more respect from these people. And it really demonstrated my theories correct of never, ever apologize to an angry mob of people. Never back down. Never. You apologize to a person. If I hurt Erin's feelings, I will apologize to Erin. If I make a bunch of strangers on the internet upset because of a joke that had nothing to do with them, fuck them. They don't matter. Their feelings don't matter. They do matter if you hurt their feelings directly. I'm not saying personally attack somebody, which we'll get into that too. People who are thinking that what I'm doing gives them the right to go, like even my fans who think they can, like, you fucking assholes, kids. Yeah, let's talk about that right now. You fucking assholes who think it's okay to go to a girl's profile and message her, I hope you get raped. Fuck you, kid. If I see you fucking doing that, I don't give a fuck. I will block you from my shit. You're not understanding what I'm doing, and you're not making me proud when you do that shit. Okay?
Daddy's not proud.
You can make provocative jokes about rape in a general sense, in talking about an idea, talking about a culture, making a counterpoint, whatever it is. You cannot go to a personal girl and say you hope she gets raped. That is a personal, horrible thing to say to somebody. I have never posted anything like that. Nothing even close to that. Don't get it twisted about what the context of my jokes and my satire is to think that you can personally attack somebody like that. That's fucked up. But yet all these women, thousands of them, come at us and say that shit to you and say that shit to me. And yeah, it's just, everybody's a fucking hypocrite. But my point is, that's not what I'm fucking doing. And don't do that shit. And I got to figure out a way to address that. I get it. But that, my audience is growing so much. There's going to be assholes in there. It's unfortunate. So I got to figure that out. Okay. So, but it never ended with that girl. There was other girls. So, and then there was a dude, and this was an interesting one where he did the same thing. He duetted that video of that original girl who had said I was a sexual predator with my mugshot. And he posted another thing saying, well, Who can say they're fucking surprised besides fucking nobody? Like, so sure. Like, we knew Nick was a sexual predator. Here it is. Totally oblivious to the fact that it's all been debunked.
Yeah.
And everybody knows it's bullshit. And he puts this out, and he has like 50,000 something followers. Not a small audience.
Yeah.
So sure of himself. I catch it quick, right? Another thing. What if I was on vacation during this week or during this day? What if I had no cell service? What if I was sick? What if I was hungover? Any number of factors where I could not address this head on and be totally sharp and ready to deal with it. How much damage could have been done?
For real.
But yet I was able to address it instantly, which is what you got to do when these things happen. That's what I talked about with the Crystalia. Don't disappear.
Yeah.
Fucking make your podcast right away. Dive right in and address it. And just face it head on.
Yeah.
That's what you should do. Unless it's something truly heinous. I mean, if it's something truly heinous, good luck, bro. You're done. But if you actually believe you're in the right and you want people to believe you're in the right, don't do the fucking run and hide and wait for it all to blow over. Yeah. Fucking stand your ground. So this guy posts this video and I instantly was like on it, ready to respond. And luckily some dude, I don't know who his name was, but I have him somewhere in my saves. He had dug up all the other mugshots of this guy, the other Nick Foster, who, by the way, you're famous too now. This is what's so funny, is that all these haters who wanted nothing more than to stop making me famous for rape jokes, and now I'm a sexual predator that they want to believe, and we should not give him a platform. Not only did your hate make me famous, you made the actual sexual predator Nick Foster famous because you spread him everywhere and everybody knows about him now. He's more famous than half of you.
Yeah.
All because like, how ironic is that? So some guy had dug up all these other mugshots of this guy because he's been arrested a ton of times. I mean, this guy's a real fucking scumbag. Tons of times. And it's so clear from the other mugshots that it's a different person. You can so clearly tell.
Yeah.
No similarity at all. No person would think that was the same person. It just happened to be this one mugshot that was proportioned and squished and looked like maybe that's Nick, maybe that's not. If you didn't know my face, if you were just looking at it for the first time, maybe.
Yeah.
But every other one of this guy was clearly that guy.
Yeah.
And clearly not me, right? And he dug up like 4 or 5 of these mugshots. Yeah. And so I had them on my camera roll. See, you got to be ready with some weapons. So this other guy duets me so confidently, being like, nobody can be surprised by this. This guy needs to be destroyed. And I just instantly make a video mocking him, saying, hey, man, I act shocked, like, oh my God, he found my secret. Oh, I hope he doesn't find my other mugshots like this one right here, or this one, or maybe this one where my hairline is completely different and I'm a completely different race and a completely different height and a completely different face and in prison right now while I'm sitting on TikTok. And that guy instantly deletes his video, as many of these did, because there were others along the day. It's just these were the big ones.
Yeah.
Instantly deletes his video, and then props to you, you made an apology. He comes out right away and made an apology. And as much as I say, first off, I don't need an apology, but I appreciate it. I give you props. And as much as I say never apologize, that's a situation in which you absolutely should apologize, because that was a personal attack. That was personal to me. He wasn't talking about sexual predators in general. He was talking about Nick Foster is a sexual predator and here's proof. Yeah. That's damage to a person. You can apologize to a person. And he did. And props to him. He posted another video instantly taking it down, saying, well, I realized I saw Nick's duet and it's very clear to me now. I did not do a lot of research and I thought that first picture could have been him, but it's very clear from these pictures that it's not him. Yeah. And I'm sorry for the inconvenience. That's what he said. And I respected the apology. However, how hypocritical, and this is what I said, I did a response to his video because I wanted to say thanks for the apology, but also how hypocritical and how convenient for you that you can villainize me for a joke you don't like. That's clearly a joke and clearly meant to make a point, whether you like it or not. And you all, millions of you, wanted to get me kicked off the app, banned, deplatformed, villainize me to all these people for a joke. And then this guy just straight up falsely accused me of a horrible actual crime to millions of people. And then he said, sorry for the inconvenience. My joke is a horrible crime that should get me deplatformed, but him spreading false rape allegations against me is only an inconvenience. Do you see what I'm doing? You see the hypocrisy here? Do you see the... And so I address that and I say that and I make a video about that. And he was basically having to deal with all my fans coming to his page then and giving him shit, justify as they should. And he made another video saying, fair enough, bro. You're right. I shouldn't have done that. That was heinous. That was wrong. And that, props to you. And if I could have commented, I would have left some comments and I would have told my people, yo, he's apologized. Everything's cool. Yeah. But unfortunately, I'm banned from commenting because of all this shit. And there's nothing I can do except make duets about it. And unless I'm not just going to be addressing duets every fucking time. I'm only doing things that I can make a mockery of or make a joke of. That's my brand. I'm not going to be fucking explaining every fucking joke in every fucking post.
Yeah.
If you get hate because of the hate you give me, guess what? Welcome to my world. I wake up every fucking day. She wakes up every day with tens of thousands of fucking messages from horrible, evil people who just are mad at me for a joke and they have no problem spreading hate. And we deal with it and we let it roll off our fucking shoulders all the time. And because you get a few people in your fucking messages saying Nick Foster's a king and you're an asshole, get over it, bro. Welcome to my world. Now you know what I have to deal with every fucking day. So guess what? Don't come at me, guys. Don't come at me if you don't want it coming back, because I don't have any sympathy for this shit anymore. The gloves are off. I don't care. So, boom, I'm vanquishing these people. I'm destroying them. They're taking their videos down. They're deleting their accounts. They're disappearing. It is just, I have won. And people are watching this. And people are just fucking...
in awe.
Yes, Nick. Yes. Get these motherfuckers. And my followers just boop, 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 skyrocketing, guys. Skyrocketing. I fucking leveled up. Now everybody on the app knows who I am. Everybody has an opinion about me, good or bad. My follower count's through the roof. My respect is through the roof.
Yeah.
My brand is perfectly on point of I will be the #1 troll in the world, at least on TikTok. I will never back down. I will write this fucking book on how to handle hate waves, how to handle controversy, how to troll, and how to deal with the backlash, and these rules and principles that I've already been writing down about this. And this is all in theories of what I was doing on Facebook and Twitter on like a small scale. And I just experienced it on the level of a celebrity.
Yeah.
Of all of Twitter, all of Instagram, because you guys were flooded. Like, go and look at my Instagram posts from those days. It was, I don't even know how to direct you to it, but read the fucking comments. Yeah. It is pure hate, vile shit.
Monday?
I don't, maybe Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
But they're all there, and I left them all up. I didn't hide them. I just let it go, and I just surfed that to the top, because if you can take the hate, it helps you. It helps you as long as you are right. You're not a shitty person.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I have a brand image and a whole persona that is specifically built around thriving off the hate, that it works for me. But think about a family-friendly person.
Or that kid that messaged you.
Which one? Because I have had a bunch.
The football player?
Oh, yeah. So there's another big creator. I forget what his name is, Ben something. I don't know him that well, and I haven't seen a ton of his content. But he has 1.4 million followers. And he DM'd me last night and was like, bro, I don't know what to do. All these people hate me, and they told my school, and they're sending me death threats, and the school said I have to delete my TikTok or else I'm going to lose my football scholarship. I don't want to throw out all his details, but he was basically, well, what do I do? And I'm like, unfortunately, you either have to say, fuck the football scholarship and defend yourself, or you have to delete your account because they have power over you. When you have a scholarship, when you have a school, when you have a job, when you have a family that has power over you and doesn't support what you're doing, the hate mob has power over you. This is what people don't understand. Just because
they don't like what you said.
Yeah.
You are opposite of their thoughts.
And everybody in our society, whether you're an influencer or not, you are playing by those rules too. You can be taken down by any Twitter mob that just decides for whatever reason. You have, you know, how many people, the Karen freaking out at some manager or somebody in the park or whatever. A lot of that is just somebody's stressed out, having a stressful day, and they just have their worst moment where they just lose their cool. It happens to everybody, right?
Yeah.
But now everybody films it and it goes on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
And then it spreads to millions of people. And those people's lives are ruined because of one bad day. And some are justified, maybe. Not. Nobody's life deserves to be ruined because you yelled at somebody at a fuck. Like, you should be embarrassed and learn a life lesson. But should you really lose your entire fucking career and your retirement? Like, should you?
No.
No. And yet, people don't recognize you don't have to be an influencer. That's just a normal person. You could literally tweet something, say something, wear the wrong thing. And what you don't realize that you have out on social media right now that in 5 years could cancel you, in 10 years could ruin your fucking life. And there's no taking it back because it's already out there and you're thinking you're safe and you're not safe because you live under these rules that are being established all around us and nobody is standing up and fighting back.
Like that one funny TikTok that you showed me of the guy where it was the time travelers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, how ironic. So I get on TikTok this morning and there's this guy who is making a TikTok about the time travel, like, oh, I'm canceling all these people. There's a guy who's just sitting on his phone, canceling everybody. Haha, canceled him. Take this person down. And then a time traveler shows up. He's like, yeah, get him. And he's like, whoa, who are you? And the guy's like, oh, I'm from the future. And
we canceled everyone already.
We canceled everybody in the future. So we have to go back in time. It's kind of like what you do, how you just dig up old tweets from 10 years ago and you ruin people's lives. And the guy's like, yeah, I'm kind of like a time traveler too. And then the time traveler's like, well, guess what? I'm here to cancel you. And he's like, what? What did I do? He's like, in the future, farting in public is a serious offense and you farted in public. So guess what? Your life is ruined. And the guy's like, can I have a second chance or can I get a warning? 3 strikes you're out. He's like, oh, sorry. In the future, it's 1 strike you're out because we got rid of that. Yeah. And he's like, what? But I have a life. And he's like, sorry, it's not our fault. You didn't live up to the standards you never even knew existed. That's what cancel culture is. You're digging up an old tweet from 2011 where everybody wrote weird tweets like that and made provocative jokes. And then you ruin their fucking life based on today. That's not cool. What the fuck? We do not have to live by these rules, but people have to fight up to this. But how ironic. So about that guy, how fucking ironic. It pops up on my For You page and I'm thinking, wow, this is hilarious. I showed Erin. I was like, Erin, this is so fitting to what's going on. I clicked on his profile. The guy had me blocked. He blocked me. I've never even seen this guy before. I have no clue who he is, but he had me blocked. I don't know how the video popped up on my For You page. Yeah. And I was like, did this guy block me or is his account private? How am I seeing this video? I go on another profile. I go to his profile. It's fine. It's there. He straight up had me blocked.
That's so weird.
Probably, which I don't know how to feel. I'm like, 1, fuck you. I take my like back. Also, TikTok, why am I seeing this guy's video when he has me blocked? But I'm thinking he
may not be blocked.
He might. No, I was definitely blocked for sure. I know how to check. He had me blocked.
Yeah.
But he might have been one person who came across my profile in the past and did the smart thing. Instead of trying to cancel me and duet me and get mad, he just blocked me because he didn't want to see me.
Yeah.
Which is probably the right choice. But also, he's putting out this shit about cancel culture. And it's like, if anything, shouldn't you understand, bro, what I'm doing? I'm fighting this fucking cancel culture. But
it's also
crazy.
He just doesn't like your content.
Maybe.
So that's why.
Or maybe he was afraid I was going to duet him. Or maybe I did come across him in the past and I forgot. I don't know. I've definitely battled a lot of people or left comments. Who knows? All I know is I found it pretty ironic that he's speaking on this. It's speaking to me. And then he had me blocked. Hilarious. All right, we got another commercial break. So that's kind of the story, I think. And we're going to discuss this, I guess, from different angles. So we'll be right back. So we're back. So that was basically the synopsis. And there's a lot of, it's hard to remember all the details and all the points. There's a lot.
Pretty good job.
There's a lot that fucking happened. And I have been dealing with it, but I have survived. My theories have held up.
Yeah.
My account has grown. I have I have grown stronger. I have vanquished my enemies. And I have definitely just proven to the world and to TikTok specifically, good luck, guys. I'm here to stay.
Yeah.
The only people who can take me down are TikTok themselves. Knock on wood. TikTok, I love you. Please don't ban me. So we weathered the storm, and then we put out the podcast of the baby announcement. Because how hilarious that I went through all of that. And then the very next day, well, it was a couple days later, our next episode of our podcast was, surprise, we're having a baby. And then, of course, I put it out on TikTok just to like stir up the craziness. And then everybody was just giving me congratulations and saying this. And then the women, and then this is exactly what I mean. All these women and girls, and it's not just women and girls, but it is predominantly that, or people who are very, leftist or LGBTQ, it's not the fucking just chill dudes sending these fucking things. What do they do when they find out I have a baby? They flood my Instagram and my YouTube and my girlfriend's DMs and my DMs with, I hope your baby dies. I hope she has a miscarriage. I hope your baby suffers a slow death. I hope your girlfriend gets raped and murdered. I hope your baby is a girl and she gets raped and murdered. And then we can make jokes about it as if that is anything close to what I did.
Yeah, that's so fucked up.
And yet, you have no fucking problem doing that. Thousands of you. You're crying. You're acting like you're going to kill yourself, or some girl is going to kill herself if she just sees this joke about rape. And then you have no hangups, no reservations whatsoever of thousands and thousands of girls sending that shit to us.
Spreading so much hate. Such hatred.
Seriously? And you want us to give a fuck about your feelings? You guys are all hypocrites. You guys are evil, sick people.
Yeah.
I don't like this. It's hilarious. It's not funny,
it's so sad.
It's sad for them.
It's so
I know.
Sad, yeah.
I feel so sad for them. You guys are you guys are so weak. You're so fragile. You can't take
how shitty is your life?
Yeah.
That you have to just portray this and put this onto us.
And then they think like you're a victim. They think you're trapped here. They think you're miserable. They think we're miserable. They think we're the best relationship ever.
Yeah.
Watch this podcast. Listen to it. Listen to her. See how happy she is. And we'll talk about this
And then too, I'm in those videos with you too. And I get people can kind of fake their relationship and stuff.
Sure.
But we're spread out on so many other things in this podcast and stuff to where
we love each other. We care about each other.
But that's not the case.
I respect her and she respects me, and we have a amazing relationship, a relationship that you girls could only dream of having. I'm sorry that I hope
y'all experience
I really do.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they're going to be so blinded by their inability to understand the nuance of my jokes or what satire is or what the greater purpose is, because they just don't like the word or the one topic that I talk about, that they are blind to seeing something that they might actually be like, wow, he is a great person. She is a great person. They are great people. And we're going to be great parents. And we're going to have I hope it's a daughter, just to rub it in your face of how amazing I'm going to be as a father to my daughter. And she is going to be so much stronger and so much better and so much more wise than any of you girls. All these problems that you're so concerned about, you're concerned about them because that's what you deal with. And that's what other, unfortunately, weak and fragile and damaged girls have to deal with. And I'm sorry for whatever caused that for you, but it was not my jokes. And I'm not living for your trauma. There are many girls out there who are strong, women who understand what I'm doing, whether they like it or not. We're not all living
or who
for
had traumas but do not consider themselves victims.
Yeah, my fucking girlfriend, one of them. She has plenty of traumas, and we talk very openly and empathetic together about them. She's not putting it out on social media to get fucking attention and brownie points.
Yeah.
And she's not weaponizing her trauma to control society and control other people and tell them what they can and cannot say and what they can joke about and what words they can use. Get over yourself. The world isn't about you. Your trauma is your trauma. It's not ours. Go talk to a therapist. Go talk to your father or your mother or your friend or your boyfriend. Don't talk to me about your fucking trauma when I don't know you. I don't care about your trauma. Sorry for it.
Yeah.
If you were here in the same room with me and I knew you, trust me, I would be empathetic. All of my friends. And that's the other thing, saying I hate women, saying like I'm all this, whatever, however they fucking say it, all this shit. You treat women like shit. Ask any woman in my life. And I know you have. You've been digging them up. My fucking ex-girlfriend just messaged me saying, Nick, there's people trying to get dirt on you and they're asking me questions. Go ahead. You know what? Go ahead and ask her. You know what she's going to say? I mean, we broke up and we weren't right for each other, but he's a good dude. Every girl I've ever hooked up with will say that. Every girl in my life would say that.
Yeah.
He's a sarcastic person. He tells jokes. He pisses people off. He likes to stir the pot. But he's a great dude. And I feel very safe around him. And how many times do we go? It's just me with a bunch of girls when we go out to the fucking bars.
Yeah.
And who do they trust to save them, to help them, to protect them? Me. Who do they trust with their drinks? Me. Who do they trust with their purses? Me. You guys don't know anything about me. And you're so fucking blind to the reality of life because you think TikTok jokes and a comedy persona is real life.
Yeah.
And you've never, ever met anybody like me. You have no fucking clue how good of a dude I am to women because I make jokes. That's why I make jokes, because they're fucking normal, equal people. I don't view women as victims like you do. They're not. They're strong, amazing people who I do respect so much that I can treat them like an equal, not like a fucking person who has to be protected. It's fucking hilarious. It's so crazy how people just, I don't know. It's just weird, man. It's so weird. Like, what were we talking about right before the podcast where I was like, you were reading some message and I was just like, how could, she said something like, how could you be with a dude who straight up hates women?
Oh, yeah,
or something?
Hates you
and hates all
you.
women?
Yeah.
Where in my content have you ever heard me say I hate women or even imply that I hate women?
How are you engaged to a man that hates you?
Like, where do you get that from? You just straight up project and make up a scenario based on and you know what it is? It's because you have shitty taste in men. You have had terrible men in your life. You have been fucked over by a bunch of...
I've been there too.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why you know the difference.
Yeah. But I'm not anymore.
And so in your fucking stupid bubble of trauma and victimhood and all this fucking... However you want to fucking think the whole world cares about you and your traumas and everything's about you and your emotions, it's not. You think that those few men in your life that have fucked you over, and I know there are many of them, and we've talked about that shit on this podcast. I understand what women deal with. But how are you ever going to see the good men in the world when you villainize men like that? When you get it, when you can project those type of men onto every man you see, especially based on nothing except for he told a joke I don't like. He talked about something I don't like. He used a word I don't like. Therefore, he is a rapist. He's a molester. He's a predator. He hates women. He's a misogynist. The list goes fucking on and on. Guess what? You're never going to be happy with men. You're never going to be happy with yourself, and you're going to be lonely, and you're going to die alone and bitter. That's what you're going to do. The women who get it, they're not in my comments fucking commenting this shit. They're not sending DMs. They're just watching and getting it. Either laughing or not laughing, saying it's for me, it's not for me, and moving on with their life because they all know there's plenty of good men. This idea that all men are rapists and predators, these are fucking men. Men love their families. Men love their daughters. Men love their wives and their sisters and their mothers. They love them. They want nothing but the best for them. They want to protect them. You think I would not care or be devastated if somebody I loved was raped? Of course. I'm not mocking the trauma of rape. I'm highlighting a fucking fictional scenario in a post-apocalyptic world of what would fucking happen. I'm not saying it's funny. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying to do that. And I'm not saying that you're not also traumatized, but my joke isn't about you. It has nothing to do with you. And you are not my audience. And I'm sorry if you see it, but I'm not sorry because welcome to the world. When you're on the internet, you're going to see some shit that isn't always for you. If you're that fucking fragile, get off TikTok. Get off the internet. Go fucking see a therapist and work your fucking shit out like normal women do. My girlfriend is a strong woman who knows how to fucking handle herself and knows how to hear things that,
and sees a therapist.
Exactly. But
my
even
issues.
before that, I know I'm getting all worked up, and then you bring in the softness. I'm like, yeah, but she literally, you're fine before the therapist. You are so strong, and you're not this fragile girl that's just, you made fun of my makeup, which she doesn't even wear. Because she's a beautiful girl. Like, these girls literally crumble when you fucking make fun of makeup. Mm-hmm. I'm not even making fun of their makeup. I'm not saying your makeup is ugly. I'm just saying there are a bunch of girls who wear makeup to fake their looks, to fake their confidence, and all these different angles that I mock. Mm-hmm. And it's just talking about women in general, or a type of woman in general. And these girls are they're like, these girls could kill themselves because of that. That's how fragile you are. Mm-hmm. Jesus fucking Christ. Grow a fucking backbone. And then about like all the men who love women in their lives. My mother is the sweetest, most amazing, most heroic woman.
Yeah, she is.
I love my mother to death, and my mother loves me to death. And the amount of women who are saying, I'm so sorry your mother never hugged you and you hate women because of it and you take it all. Like, it's so
Complete
laughable. Tell them about my mom.
I know, she's like the sweetest, like, loving person.
Oh my God.
Embracing, like.
I have the best relationship with my mom.
So
you know how
sweet.
much she lights up when I come around, and how much I love seeing her light up, and how much, like, she is the sweetest, most loving, most caring woman.
Yeah.
But she also I'm a sarcastic troll.
Yeah.
Like, we're just a sarcastic family. You can separate those in your brain. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying, ha ha, mom, I hope you get raped. That's a funny joke. Ha ha. That's what you do, though.
Yeah.
Thousands of you. You fucking hypocrites, and you evil, lost people. I feel so sorry for you, and so sorry that you don't have the life that I have, and that my girlfriend has, and that we have. And we're bringing a child into this world, and I fucking hope it is a girl, just to fucking prove the point. But also, if it's a boy, I'm going to love him too.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And it's just hilarious. It's all hilarious. And I can't wait to go visit my mom so I hope I can convince her to be on my TikTok just to like show everybody, like, you are just so wrong.
Yeah.
Like, they've just never met somebody who could be like me and also be a really good person who has a really good life.
You're not one-sided.
No.
Usually people who act like you, that is just who they are to the core, and there is no other side to them.
And they have no idea.
So
no
many sides
clue.
to you.
And it's like, and I get it too, because that's part of the persona that I put up, and it's just all that persona.
Yeah.
But we have a podcast, like, listen to this podcast. And instead, what do? They're going to go flood the podcast without even watching it. Fuck you piece of shit.
Yeah,
kill yourself.
downvote.
Hope your baby dies. Downvote. It's like, oh, so you just obsessed with hating because you're a hateful person. You are, not me. Now, I've never said anything near like that to any. Have I ever DM'd you guys? Kill yourself. I hate you. You're ugly. I challenge anybody to find anybody on TikTok who I've said one vile thing to. One hateful, just one. Find one DM where I said something hateful and vile. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of people who have DM'd me. I've never said so much as fuck you.
Yeah.
Never. Nothing.
Nice.
Literally nothing.
Yeah. That's
Some
good.
I talk to and I just say, well, I don't care. Well, I'm not going to take the video down. Well, that's your problem. Stuff like that. That's it. And yet you guys will, it's just hilarious and sad and hypocritical. Yeah. And it's an interesting, thing to look at in society. This thing in society where people don't know that people are complex people.
Yeah.
And what you are on social media is not what's in real world. And that people who tell jokes don't always mean them. And like, there's so many things that, like, how is society not aware that a comedian is a persona? Do you think when you go and see a comedian on stage and he's saying these things, like, that's his real life personality? I mean, there's a part of it. This is my personality, but it's also like, you don't understand that that's an act. It's a character. It's a persona. It's entertainment. Social media and TikTok is an entertainment app. It's not a fucking therapy app. I'm not on there to fucking coddle your feelings. I'm on there to entertain and build my audience around my comedy. That's what I am doing. Why are you on my fucking page if you're so sensitive?
Yeah.
My page is not about you. If you see me on your For You page, that's your problem and TikTok's problem. That's not my problem. I'm not making content for you.
It's too, seeing this generation that's grown up with social media, I don't think they have anyone explaining to them either that it is fake.
Yeah.
That everything that you see is not real. They just grew up with it and they are being real on it and they are showing this real side of them. So then when they see other people acting this way, they're like, oh, you must be this way in real life. Their parents are telling them, okay, just so you know, you may see some crazy shit on there. This isn't real. Yes, some of it is, but you know, you can't take it for face value all the time, especially people that you see on Instagram. They have this perfect life, this perfect body, this perfect this or that. Behind the scenes, their life isn't that perfect.
And their bodies ain't perfect either.
And they're stressing out all the fucking time because there's this one girl who was talking about it where she would just spend all of her days trying to get that perfect photo for Instagram. And it was stressful as fuck. And she hated it and had to like stop doing that eventually, being an influencer, because it was just so much behind the scenes and so much trying to fake this happiness. And like in every one of her photos, she's always pretty much had a drink. Like she was like, I was drinking so much to like compensate for my depression. And I'm just trying to fake this happy life online. And then I kept seeing this happy life online and being like, why can't I live up to that? Like, why am I happy here in this moment, but the rest of my life, I am completely miserable.
And yet that is...
But the people who see their social media are just like, ooh, I want to have her life.
And so that's toxic to all the people. It's toxic to her, and it's toxic to all the girls who are watching her trying to live up to that, thinking that that's real life. And what's ironic is a lot of my content, especially about the makeup and about women and about this, is I'm ripping into that saying, guys, that's not what you got to do. And they think they need to live up to that standard. And I mock that standard. And I say, stop wearing all this fucking makeup. Stop editing your photos all the time to make yourself. And then they're like, how dare you? We don't do it for you. We do it for ourselves. And how dare you tear us down? It's like, that's toxic to live up to that in the first place. I'm saying not to do it. And I'm mocking the whole idea that people have to live up to that. And I do it in my provocative way. But the message is like, stop doing that. Stop. You women complain all the time about how toxic it is in society to live up to those standards. And then you're the ones who are editing your photos. You're the ones who are trying to get that perfect body. You're the ones who are painting your face on, getting plastic surgery. Do it if you want to, but don't complain about fucking society forcing you to do that when you're doing it to yourself and you're perpetuating that forward. You're doing it. You're putting out your Instagram, and then other girls see you and they're like, I have to live up to that.
It's so
every
hard.
fucking girl is competing with every other girl to live up to what every other girl's standard is. And then they say it's men who force them to. Men don't give a fuck. Men care if you're pretty and attractive. Of course, they're going to give attention to a pretty girl over an ugly girl. Unfortunately, well, there's somebody for everybody for sure. But women don't want to be the ugly girl. They have to be the pretty girl who gets all the boys' attention. So they have to use makeup and filters and all of that. And that's fine. But you're perpetuating the culture. It's not the man. The man's not going to make fun of you if you're ugly. He's just not going to notice you or pay attention. That's what eats you up. So all these women who say, we don't do it for men, you don't do it for men directly. You do it for men indirectly, or people indirect. Women, you do it a lot just to compete with other women or to live up to women's standard, because women are the most toxic one in society when it comes to other women. Women are the ones who tear down other women. It's not men. Men are not going around saying you're ugly unless you came at them, unless you fucked them over somehow. We don't go into fucking strange area like a bar or a club or school and just decide, oh, that girl who's just like sitting in the corner and isn't pretty, we're just going to go make fun of her for no fucking reason. That happens sometimes, but the predominant thing is somebody's going to call a woman ugly if she rejects him, or if she does something specifically, or if she somehow acts, does something. They're not just going to tear. Men aren't fucking going. They're just not going to pay attention to you. That's what you hate, is you don't like seeing the other girl getting attention where all the boys are like, hey, can I get you? Can I take you out on a date? And you're sitting there saying, oh, I got to be that. I want to be that. These men tear me down. No, it's not. It's you, because you won't just accept that there's another dude who might be the fat dude in the corner who thinks you're the most beautiful thing ever, but you don't even notice him. You just ignore him, and he just lives his whole life wishing he could get you. And you fucking are complaining because the hot dude or the dude who's not noticing you is going on to some prettier girl. So you fake it and you make yourself up. And then I come around and I mock it and they say, you're tearing me down. My shit ain't about you. It's about the type of women who don't even have the confidence to just accept you're not the hottest shit in the world. You don't have to be, and that's okay.
Confidence is beautiful.
I would respect you more if you just said, this is who I am and I don't mind. I'm never going to make fun of you for being ugly. I'm going to make fun of you if you're ugly and you refuse to admit you're ugly, or if you fake it. That's what I'm mocking. And even that, I don't make fun of people personally, but I mock that type of woman. I want to keep this going, but we're at another break. So one more, because we got to get to an end point, and this is definitely...
No, that's fine. It's
been a crazy week, guys. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, Erin. This rant has gone on. Clearly, I've been a little fired up. This shit is it's me battling the world, baby. Yeah. It's me battling the world. Mm-hmm. So, because this is our final segment, we can't let this podcast go on for a whole nother one, so we can't get me going. We got to kind of, get this to a conclusion. And I'm just curious what you think about all this and how I handled it and what your ideas on all this is.
Yeah, so just the way that you handle it is absolutely amazing. You say that you've been stressed out, this stresses you out and stuff, but you carry it very well. It doesn't really seem like you're stressed out because you have such a stride while you do it. You are so quick with your comebacks. I just don't even understand where it comes from. You're so brilliant.
I'm like, where did I come up with that? That was good.
You're just tie them down in relationships. I was like, what the fuck?
On that, because there's so many things. I'm like, I got to get into all this. When we announced, that's what I was talking about. When we announced the baby, that was the thing that I missed before. When I was like, what was I saying about the baby? When we finally announced the baby, and we put this all, I was like, I got to post this on TikTok and give the announcement that I'm having a baby that's going to cause some drama right on the back of all of the rape joke where I said, I'm going to tie them down and rape them. And all these women were saying, are you going to tie your girlfriend down and force her to have your baby? And then we had a baby and I was like, what do I put as my caption? So you know what I picked? I said, hey guys, it's like the whole video is I'm having a baby. And my caption was, I tied her down and knocked her up. And people were just cracking up. Like, dude, the fucking caption has me dead. Like, just this dude has no fucking chill, no apologies, just fuck you.
Yeah.
I tied her down and knocked her up. Guess what, guys? You can't depopulate the earth because me and my girlfriend
will consensually
repopulate the earth. She's a willing participant, just like most women are, because women love men and men are awesome. And that's a lot of what my theme is. As much, I don't hate women. I love women.
Yeah.
But these women on TikTok, the ones that I'm battling, not all the women on TikTok. I've seen a lot of your content. I like a lot of your content, and a lot of you are not the ones that I'm talking about because you're not the ones in my comments. You're not the ones duetting me. But you women who duet me, you feminist feminazi type, the fucking far left alphabet people type, you know who you are. You guys are who I'm battling because all you do is villainize men and young boys. All you do. And guess what? Somebody needs to stick up for those boys because those boys are going to be few. And I know some of them are assholes, as anybody is. You're assholes too. I guarantee there are more of you women assholes in my comments than there are my follower assholes in your comments. Guaranteed. Because I see my fucking messages. The people will duet me in things. They're like, Nick, look at what your followers are saying. And they have 3 or 4 different dudes who message them. I hope you get raped.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what they show me.
I thought there were going to be way more,
exactly.
Honestly.
There could be fucking 50 of them, and it still doesn't hold a candle to what's in mine.
No, yeah.
The amount of vile women who are so full of their own bullshit on this app, who think the whole fucking world is about them, and their life experience and their trauma is indicative of all men and all women in society. You're full of shit. And you're toxic to the young boys. I don't need to stand up for all the young girls because every fucking person on this app stands up for young girls. I'm standing up for the young boys who are going to be future men, who are going to be good fathers, good husbands, good boyfriends, good, decent dudes in society. Those are the boys who need to be told, it's okay to be a fucking boy and it's okay to be a man. And you didn't do anything wrong. And fuck these girls. Don't let them corrupt your brain into thinking
don't
that.
really fuck that. Like,
no, fuck them.
I mean,
but consensually. That's the other thing. This idea, this thing of spreading that women are such fragile people and they shouldn't be objectified or sexualized. Women like to be sexualized. Normal women want to be fucked and be fucked well by a man that they like and love and are attracted to.
Hear, hear.
Exactly. Women love sex. And now we are breeding a whole generation. The reason so many women are unsatisfied with sex is because we are breeding a whole generation of boys who don't know how to satisfy a woman because they think, you're not allowed to have sex with her. You're not allowed to look at her. You're not allowed to touch her. Don't objectify her. Don't be rude. Don't do this. And then women are just always left being like, could you fucking be a man, please? Could you just fucking take control and fucking fuck me?
Yeah.
I'm doing better for women than these women are. You're just breeding a bunch of beta fucking dudes like you know who, the guy I will not name on this fucking app, who I will fucking destroy. And I don't mean that like I'm going to hurt you or anything, because I'm a lover, not a fighter. But I am going, you have challenged me, and you have talked shit about me and spread horrible viewpoints on me. And I'm sorry. I'm going to destroy you in the equal... whatever. I don't really care. My point is, that is not how you get a generation of men who are going to please women and make women feel satisfied and make women proud to be with men and make women be with good men. You're going to just breed a bunch of dudes who are creeps, who are desperate, who are timid, who are pushovers. Don't be that man. Don't fall into that trap. Women, she's a real woman. She's a hot woman. She could get a lot of dudes. There's a lot of women that I know in my life who are the same fucking, can get good dudes. They're strong. They like sex. They like to be sexualized in the right way. Don't be a fucking catcaller. The women are right about that. Nobody likes a fucking... When we talked about this on other podcasts too, like the dudes at the bars that I always have to fucking hand up, like all these women who think I'm the creep. It's like, I'm the dude at the bar with all the girls who's pushing off the creeps and saying, yo, bro, you're not on the level. You're out of here. You're cool. Come on in here. You're a good dude. You get what's going on. These women feel safe around you. You're a confident dude. Women love that shit. Don't be a fucking creep. Don't be a cat caller. Don't be on the fucking side of the road going, hey girl, hey, what's up? Where you going? Like, that will never, ever, 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 ever in a million years work. Don't be that fucking dude. And we can do that. And why don't you make TikToks about that, Nick? Because I'm too busy fucking fighting all you stupid haters in my comments. When those dudes start hating on me, I'll start making fun of them.
Yeah.
But women like men, real men who like to have sex and know how to have sex and know how to please them. And it's not just about sex, but women are not turned off by sex. They love it. And they love to be sexual.
I guess there was a TED Talk that a guy did about how to finger a woman, like the correct way, I guess. I read that somewhere on Reddit.
Was it right?
I didn't find it. I don't know. But they were saying it was like a really good, it was very...
Do you like being fingered?
Like clitoral stimulation.
Like just on the clit, but not like the...
No, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I like it all, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of girls do. I was at the pool when I went to a friend's pool.
Yeah.
I'm always like, can't throw out names. And there was some girl there who's like, no girl likes to get fingered. And I'm like, you've probably just been with a bunch of dudes who don't know how to finger. Yeah. Because that's bullshit. I know a lot of women who like to get fingered. Yeah. It's just foreplay. It's not like the whole thing, but... they like it. Yeah. You just got to know what you're doing. There's
definitely a right and a wrong way to do it.
For sure. And the violent poking of the elevator. Yeah. That's the way. Yeah. Beep, 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 beep. Yay. Is this thing coming?
Is this the right floor?
Is this? That's how you do it, right?
Totally. Yeah.
See, that's called sarcasm. That's a joke I can make because I know that is the wrong way to do it. And that's not what you should do. You see, guys, I understand women.
But
that's how I make these jokes.
There's a TED Talk out there. Yeah. Young guys who are watching this, go find that TED Talk.
I'm just wondering if it was accurate. Don't.
No. What the people were saying about it was really good. Okay. The women who were talking about it, they were saying
Google
it was really
TED
good.
Talk about fingering or
I think
vaginas.
So. Yeah,
something.
I need to look it up too, just
they
to see
can figure
what
it
they
out.
say.
You kids are all on Reddit anyways. You
But-
should be. They know how to Google.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah. So this whole, it's just this, all these people overwhelm social media, overwhelm Twitter, overwhelm TikTok. This idea of like women are victims, women are being raped all the time, men are terrible all the time, men are predators, everything is just rape. And it's like they throw around the stat, 1 in 5 women are raped in their lifetime. Yeah, that's awful. That's, or not raped, sexually assaulted, which is big difference, because sexual assault is everything from I groped your boob to I held you down and I raped you. There's a big fucking difference. I'm not saying any is good, but 1 in 5 women are sexually assaulted. That could be like, I touched your boob, or I hit on you at work. Yeah. It could be anything. So rape is way, way, way less than that. It's not 1 in 5 women are raped, but that's what they like to say. They just, it's all twisted into sexual assault. And I'm not making excuses for it. I'm just saying there's a big fucking difference.
Yeah.
1 in 5 women are not raped in their fucking life. Get over you. That's fucking bullshit. But it happens. I know it happens. However, say like that idea of 1 in 5 women are sexually assaulted. That means 4 out of 5 women in their whole life are never sexually assaulted. That's 80% of women are never sexually assaulted. All right. It's not that common. It happens. Sexual assault, catcalling, sexual harassment. My point is to villainize all men as predators and spread this narrative to all men that any type of sexual advance is predatory. Any type of hitting on them is you're a predator, you're a creep, you're a pervert, you're a rapist. What do you think that does to young boys or men who are trying to figure out their sexuality and trying to figure out how to date and how to get a girlfriend and how to, and there's nobody standing up for these men except for other men who actually sometimes do hate women and are misogynist. I'm somebody who loves women and I'm standing up for these boys, but I can understand how it's in my brand of being very provocative.
With my thing, I know it was the men feel like they deserve it.
Yeah.
It's like,
there's definitely
I'm your friend and we're hanging out and now you owe me sex or like some shit, or I just smoked you out. Fuck me. And it's just like, what? I thought we were friends, bro.
We talked about this on...
I do not owe you shit.
It was the Crystalia. But that's the thing, is we need to teach women also to stand up for themselves and to say no. Not just villainize men and tell all boys they're a predator when they're just young boys who never have done anything. You think an 11-year-old boy on TikTok is a fucking predator right now? But he's hearing all this shit and he's forming his opinions based on what you're saying, and he's probably terrified. But when you are with a man who's doing that shit, you need to fucking say no clearly. You know how many women don't say no and then just play the victim? And I'm not saying you're not victimized. And I understand it's hard to say no. But you better fucking say no. You better clearly make it known that you're not. And yes, we need to train women and train. And, you know, we've talked about having a daughter. We were talking today about what are we going to do if we have a girl and how do we do this? And it's like, you have to teach them about sex and about the natures of men and women and about what sex is and what men are going to do and what's going to happen at a party, and give them, and not shame them and let them know that they can come to you. And if anything ever happens, no matter what, they don't have to be scared to come home because, oh my God, my parents are going to be so mad if I was at my boyfriend's house and then he tried to do this thing and I didn't know where to go. So I ended up like walking home and went to my friend's house, or, you know, you got to let them know, like, hey, if you're ever in danger, we will never get mad at you. We will save you. Yeah. That goes on parents. But that doesn't go on. You get to blame all men in society of we are rapists and we perpetuate rape culture. You don't fucking know men. Men will kill a man if he rapes somebody. They go in, like we all know, in prison, fucking rapists get fucking murdered, especially child rapists, but all kinds of rapists. That shit doesn't fly. Those are the most evil, violent men in society, and they won't even stand for that shit. Don't villainize men when men are the people who have your fucking back. Men love women. Men are your support system. We are there for you. But we're not going to be there for you when you are villainizing us. We are for you because you're not villainizing us. And for the women in our lives, I'm talking about on TikTok. That's why there's this whole divide that I'm fighting against, is these women just spreading these things. The girl who spread that video yesterday, or that I reacted to, that she literally, it went viral as fuck. She had like 5 million likes, and she was just walking home on the sidewalk with a sad song, filming the dude walking behind her saying, if I don't make it home in 20 minutes, call the police, kidnap her. And it's just implying this dude is following her to rape her and kidnap her. I understand you're scared. I understand that women do need to be aware of that.
Yeah,
and be aware. That's not at all what I'm attacking. But the girl made it home safe and then decided to find emojis and hashtags to upload kidnapper and hope I'm safe. You're already fucking safe, and that dude didn't do shit. He just was walking home, and you get to spread this video to millions. It was 28 million people saw that video and praised her for, girl, I know we all have to deal with this, as if every fucking man walking near you is going to kidnap you and fucking rape you. This is bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. And all it does is weaponize rape and villainize men as rapists, predators, evil people that all women need to be scared of. And then you wonder why you never find a fucking good man, and why society is breaking down, and why men are becoming weak pieces of shit, and women are becoming sexually unsatisfied and unfulfilled, and everybody is in these terrible dead-end relationships, and marriages are falling apart, and everybody is just falling into loneliness and despair. Why do you fucking think that is? Oh, it's because of my joke. That's why. It's because my joke. That was actually true. That's the world we live in.
Yeah. Ugh, don't like any of that.
I know. And that's why I'm so fucking glad we got it figured out. We got our fucking life. We got our relationship. We got our family. And we're going to fucking teach our kids right. Men and women. We're going to raise a good fucking man. And we're going to raise a good fucking daughter.
Hell yeah.
And they're going to be happy, and they're going to be strong. And they're going to have a good sex life too, because we're not going to shame them. We're not going to villainize them. We're not going to do.
No, yeah. We're going to try.
And we're going to do our part for our family. But you people need to get your fucking lives together and start understanding how the real world works. And TikTok ain't the real world.
Yes.
Okay. It's a entertainment social media app with content creators who are trying to build audiences for themselves, not for you, not to make jokes that you like, not to make content that you like. If you don't like men, block the men and shut up. And men, if you don't like women, block the women and shut up.
Yeah.
Me, I don't block anybody, and I don't give a fuck. You send hate my way, you're my content. You're agreeing that I'm going to fucking troll you because that's what I do.
Yeah.
And that's my content. And when the women stop battling me, I'll stop battling the women, and I can talk about men when men start battling me.
Yeah, you'll move on to the next subject.
Exactly. But it will never end because they can't. There's just a never-ending supply. But also, for the record, to anybody watching this, especially women who follow my TikToks or hate me or love me or whatever, if there is a dude who is coming from my page and in my name, who is straight up sending you death threats, vile messages, rape threats, anything that is clearly not a joke, clearly personal towards you, that you did not, here's the thing, a lot of you women come into my comments and you talk shit to men, and you call them incels, and you call them ugly, and you call them fat, and you call them virgins and losers and all this fucking shit. Well, you're asking for it. Don't do that shit. But if I duet your video, and I'm just mocking your point or something like that, and men are just going out of their way, or boys are going out of their way to say they hope you get raped, send me their names. I will block them. I don't stand for that. I don't want that. There's just no easy way for me to address this when my comments are banned. And I can't spend every fucking video I making another video to say, just so you know, guys, this is just a joke.
Yeah.
Like that's not sustainable, and that's not what my page is about. Every video I make is on brand and on point of a joke and of a point or sarcasm or whatever. But message me and prove that to me, and I will block them. I want to weed that out, and I'm trying to figure out a way to address this. But understand that you getting 4 messages from my 300,000 odd or 400,000 now, Jesus Christ, I haven't even gotten used to that. When you get 3 messages from dudes that you say a bunch of hateful things like kill all men or incel to every fucking dude that you interact with, yeah, that's not that serious. I know to you it is, but trust me, if you even saw what was in my DMs from you and your lady friends, you couldn't handle a day of it, and I handle it every fucking day. So don't overreact and freak out like it's the end of the world. Block them and move on.
Yeah.
So okay, we got through a lot there. It's been a rant. It's been crazy.
That was a fucking week.
It's been a week.
You had a week.
It's been a week, but I have survived. My theories have held true. I have grown stronger, wiser, better, and ready to fight more.
Yeah. It's like you had these little tastes, but they were pretty big, but they were little. And then this week comes and they just so much more hate than you've ever experienced. Plus then sexual allegations.
Some allegation. I've never been, it's one thing like getting hate.
Everything.
It's one thing getting hate, but it's a whole nother thing when people are literally digging up your past and shit because you're on celebrity status now.
Yeah.
And it's just training me for the bigger I get. Because guess what, guys? You're making me into a real celebrity. And if you think I'm big now, just wait where I'm going to be a year from now. And 5 years from now. And I'm going to be provocative my whole life because this is what I do. But I'm also a very nice, reasonable, awesome person if you get to know me in other areas like this podcast or other things. The real world for sure. And as I grow, I'm going to put out once we have a family, I'm going to put out family content. But it's also mixed with my personality, but it won't just be trolling. But I'm going to have a trolling thing going on, and you guys are going to go over to my family account and be like, fuck your daughter, I hope she dies. And that's what you people do.
That's so wrong.
That's exactly. And it's like, guys, this is my family life, and then this is my trolling life. They are different. They are very different. And if you can't understand that, that's because you're probably a very basic person without a lot of depth to your character. Go build a life. Go make some friends. Go get a boyfriend. How about that? And if you're so fucking lost, maybe build a relationship with your father or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I know I went to that. It's just, I guarantee a lot of them are bitter for men the same way they all go to me of like, your mother must have not hugged you and you hate your mother and you have mommy issues. But they never want to admit that they have daddy issues. And that's why they have hangups of men or boyfriends or whatever. It's all whatever. I know that's we'll save that subject for another time because don't we all have daddy issues?
Yeah. And boyfriend issues, ex-boyfriend issues.
Yeah. And we'll get into that too. I have girlfriend issues. You have boyfriend issues. We all do. But learn that all people are not that way.
Yeah.
And open your eyes because we're great people and I hope I can win you over eventually. But don't take it out on her. Take it out on me.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, this is about to wrap up and cut off. So everybody, please subscribe, like this video, comment if you can, and DM me, follow me on Nick Makes Jokes on Instagram or Nick Foster Jokes on TikTok. You'll find hers.
I know. They just
You don't even need to.
And two, I have like over 500 friend requests right now, and I'm not adding anybody.
Not until this is done.
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody. Thank you. And can't wait to see you in the next hate wave.
Yeah.
And outrage.
Next week.
Onward and upward. Thanks for the 400,000 people. Next stop, 1 million.
Okay, see you.
Bye. Thanks, haters.